The Gina and Maddie podcast.
It's this little show, don't know if you've heard of it, Gina, Married at First Sight.
Oh.
Some people call it MAFS.
MAFS,
Yeah.
I am addicted.
Last night, the oddest dude I ever think has appeared on MAFS went home, Ben.
Yeah.
Him and Ellie, it was called it quits.
It was time for him to go.
Very much time for him to go. And someone else who was taking a little bit of the spotlight last night, as he does most nights, is Jack.
So, Jack, how does that sit with you?
And I do have concerns that I'm going to let you down. I'm 34 and single, so...
You're not single.
You're married.
You're married.
I feel like her affection's probably surpassing mine.
Well, let me put you on the spot then. Is this a case where Tori is into you a lot more than you're into Tori?
And Jack said, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And for the first time this season, he joins us on the show. Morning, Jack.
Hey guys, thanks for the nice little snippet there. How you going?
Just a little reminder for you.
Look, to be honest though, Jack, of all the snippets we could have played of you so far this season, that's probably the best one we could.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Before we start with you and Tori, I want to talk about what your thoughts are on sitting there watching someone like Ben.
Oh, it's entertaining. It's a little bit odd. There's so much going on inside that experiment. So we don't hang out with the cast outside of filming. So you do rock up and you grab the popcorn and you're riveted if it's exciting. You're wondering what the hell's going on, and they're unfolding their relationship, and you don't know who to believe. And I believe there's always two sides to every story. And sometimes people sit down and someone cops a lot of heat from the experts, from the other cast members, and the other person can kind of get off scot-free. So I always took a little bit of a backseat, and I was trying to work things out from behind the scenes. What conversation haven't we seen? What happened last night when we weren't there? But talking about Ben and Ali, yeah, it was a bit of a confusing one.
Yeah. How much conversation can you have without the producers knowing? I'm interested because obviously when you go to bed and you call it quits, there's no microphones on at that point. Is that when you can have some sort of actual private conversations? Yeah,
100%. You'll call it a daily debrief that you would have with your partner, and communication is key. And Tori and I, we have amazing communication. So we were always debriefing at night time, through the day. However, there is other participants that they kind of don't want to debrief off camera. And I do think Ali was one of them. She does make mention that Ben wants to talk to her when the cameras aren't around. And I guess that does make it, you do see the relationship unpack right in front of your eyes on camera. And it probably leaves more questions for Ben or for Ali. And you see them unpacking it and getting confused in front of everyone. And that's probably what you're seeing.
We're joined by Jack from MAFS this morning.
Hey, Jack, last night, just as MAFS ended, it kind of hinted like you might have kissed another wife on the neck. That's what you left us hanging with. I know you probably can't say too much, but can you tell us a little sneaky peeky?
Look, the couples retreat is coming up, and we're so damn excited to do this. You're in those apartments 24/7, and you're getting filmed, you're doing these dinner parties. So we were so excited to get away for a holiday. So we thought we better shake things up, I think.
Is that how you shake things up?
You'll have to wait and see. Was I being unfaithful to my wife? I don't think so. Not at all.
Jack, we spoke to Tori last week on the show, and she said she was watching the show with her mum, and her mum sort of said, what's going on with that behaviour? And she sort of owned it. She said, it was a bit gross when she was talking to Cassandra. Have you had any of those moments when you're sitting back watching it and mum's sort of gone, hey, or someone's called you out on what you've been saying?
Yeah, look, we've got a little group chat going on with my friends and family, and obviously everyone wants a bit of context. So I can't get off my phone. When we watch the episodes live, everyone's shooting me messages, wondering what's happening. And, there's always context to every story. The way the storylines come across on TV, you don't always see everything. So, yeah, everyone's like, what's going on? Why'd you say this? Why'd you do that? And, yeah, knowing what I know and you're there and you're filming it and you see everything that goes on, you can add context pretty quickly. You got to own your shit, and I've done some rogue shit and said some dumb stuff, so you apologise and move on.
Yeah.
Hey, is the tension between you and Jaden with Timothy as bad as it seems? Because he seems to have a real bee in his bonnet over both of you. And is it weird when you walk into the dinner knowing you've got that tension, or is that just, is everything okay now with him?
No, there was tension there. Everyone understands you're filming a TV show, so you do bring a little bit of extra heat, I suppose, and passion with your conversations at these dinner parties and events. However, I can tell you now, Timothy he had a bee under his bonnet. I think Jaden, like myself, we were under the man's skin, so I feel like he was going home and probably losing sleep over it, whereas I couldn't give a shit. Jaden couldn't give a shit. And then we rock up to these dinner parties and you could feel it. You knew it was coming. But I'm okay. I'm the kind of man that could shake your hand and say, look, we don't get along. We don't see eye to eye. We don't need to pretend. And I'd rather that come across from a man's point of view than shake someone's hand and pretend you like them. And I feel like that's where me and Timothy were at as well.
Do you regret anything that's happened on the telly so far, or anything that we're about to see?
I think I regret maybe one thing. It's probably the comment I made to Lauren when we were in battle at a dinner party, which I do regret that. I did apologise. We did make up. Everything else, it's the show, man. It's a crazy, crazy show and a crazy, crazy experiment, and you've got to throw yourself into it. And I know everyone's at home watching this juggernaut TV show, so we hope it's entertaining. So part of that is exposing yourself and being vulnerable and speaking your mind. So, no regrets, really.
Well, to be fair, right, you've said some pretty horrible things, right, and that's the thing. But also, if you hadn't, the other blokes in there are pretty beige and it wouldn't make for much of a TV show. So, you know what, it's probably one of the reasons it's rating its proverbials off, mate. So, you know what, you are creating great TV regardless of what you're doing for your own, profile, whatever. But, mate, we appreciate your time this morning and getting on the phone and chatting to the media and putting yourself out there, Jack.
No worries, guys. Keep enjoying the show.
The Gina and Maddie Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.